Hi, I'm John DeBella, and this is your Classic Rock Update. The nominees have been announced. We're talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They came out on Tuesday, and here's who's up. The Beastie Boys, Bon Jovi, Chic, Alice Cooper, Neil Diamond, Donovan, Dr. John, the J. Giles Band, LL Cool J, Darlene Love, Laura Nyro, Donna Summer, Joe Tex, Tom Waits, and Chuck Willis. The inductees will be announced on December 26th, and then the event will happen in March of next year. Now, I don't know about you, but there are a lot of people in that list that, well, are they really rock and roll? I mean, when you've got bands like Yes and Heart, the Moody Blues, who still haven't gotten into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you got to question, why is LL Cool J there? First, there was the story of Keith Richards snorting his father's ashes. Well, that was never true. But this new story seems to be, because it comes from the horse's mouth itself. We're talking about Ron Wood of the Rolling Stones. He sat down with News of the World in London and started telling him about some of the stories that's coming up in his forthcoming book. Well, a lot of the book has to do with his crack cocaine habit, and he said that he got to the point where he would be crawling around on the floor looking for rocks of crack cocaine that he may have dropped, and forbade his children from having those little meringue candies because, well, when they're hard and they crumble on the floor, they look exactly the same. And, well, Ronnie said that he had found himself smoking sugar. Yoko Ono, with Mayor Michael Bloomberg at her side, announced that on October 9th, this coming Saturday, in honor of what would have been John Lennon's 70th birthday, the new American Masters special Lennon NYC will be shown in Central Park. The screening of the documentary will be free on a first-come, first-served basis. New York One reported that Yoko told the press assembled across the street from their New York City Dakota apartment building where Lennon lived and died, "He was one of us. He believed in what the city represents. Incredible wisdom, high energy, and incredible love for life." That was John. Now, if you have an incredible love for John, maybe you want to show it by owning a copy of this photograph. It was shot by Annie Leibovitz. It's a very famous photo. You know it. There were only 40 of them made. Well, it's going up for auction this month, and you can pick it up for about $10,000, if you got that cash. Nancy Wilson of Heart, who I believe has turned into a serious rock and roll MILF, has filed for divorce from her writer-director husband, Cameron Crowe. It seems they've been separated since 2008, and now they're just going for the final thing, claiming irreconcilable differences. Someone's got to be mad. Now, Cameron Crowe, of course, started as a writer for Cream and Rolling Stone magazine, went on to direct such movies like Fast Times at Ridgemont High that Nancy starred in, Almost Famous, of course, Jerry Maguire, and that's probably why he's holding that gold statue. As you might recall, Ronnie James Dio passed away in May of cancer, and now his house is up for sale. Now, if you've ever wanted to own an English mansion and at the same time live in LA, this is the house you want to be in. Check this place out. Ronnie's Encino home has 5 bedrooms, 5 baths. It's spread over 5,000 square feet. It also has 200-year-old wooden floors imported from France, a bar that was part of an English pub from 1820, custom stained antique glass windows from the 17th, 18th, and 19th century, a swimming pool, and a studio. And you could have it for $3.3 million. Now you have someplace to put that Yoko and John picture. One of the very first stories we did on Classic Rock Update was about Ray Davies and how he was traveling all over the world to record Kinks songs for an album he was going to call See My Friends. Well, we'll finally be able to hear his friends on November 1st. Ray's album is coming out, and he did travel all over the world. He was in New Jersey with Bruce Springsteen to record Better Things. He was in Norway with Metallica to record You Really Got Me, did Waterloo Sunset with Jackson Browne in California, and Richie Sambora, John Bon Jovi, recorded Celluloid Heroes with him in New York City. And that does it for our time. This has been Classic Rock Update. I'm John DeBella. I'll see you weekday mornings on the radio. Classic Rock 102.9 MGK.
As long as I gaze on Waterloo sunset, I am in paradise.
Grr.